the Leave It Masterclass for Labs. Last Tuesday, a Labrador named Max nearly died. His crime? Eating a chicken bone during his morning walk. His owner knew the Leave It command, or so she thought. What she discovered at the emergency vet changed everything she believed about training labs. And if you have a lab who treats every walk like an all-you-can-eat buffet, what I'm about to reveal could save your dog's life. But first, are you making the same deadly mistake that 87% of lab owners make when teaching this command? Here's the truth nobody talks about. Labs don't just eat everything because they're greedy. There's something deeper happening in their brain that makes them biological vacuum cleaners. Think about your lab right now. How many times this week have you said drop it or leave it? 5 times, 10 times, more? Every chocolate wrapper, every dead bird, every mysterious object on the sidewalk becomes a potential emergency room visit. The average lab owner spends over $800 per year on vet bills related to their dog eating inappropriate items. But here's what shocked me. The dogs who master the Leave It command have a 94% reduction in these incidents. So what's the difference? The answer lies in understanding how a Labrador's brain actually processes the world around them. Most trainers will tell you to use treats and repetition. They're missing the crucial element that separates labs who obey from labs who ignore you completely. You see, labs were bred for one specific purpose that creates this eating obsession. And until you understand this genetic programming, every training session is fighting against 200 years of selective breeding. What I discovered changed how I approach every lab I train. And I'm about to show you the exact method that works with their natural instincts, not against them. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed your lab's ears perk up differently when they find something really interesting to eat? Step 1 is called the recognition protocol. And this is where most people fail completely. Watch what happens when I approach this lab with food on the ground. See that? His entire body language changes the moment he spots it. His pupils dilate, his breathing changes, and something fascinating happens in his brain. The mistake everyone makes? They wait until this moment to give the command. Too late. The lab's brain has already switched into what I call retriever mode. Here's the secret. You need to catch them in the 2-second window before they lock onto the target. Notice how I'm watching his ears, not his mouth. The ears tell you everything. When they rotate forward like satellite dishes, that's your cue. Now here's the critical part most trainers get wrong. The tone of your voice in this moment will determine if your lab listens or completely ignores you. And what I'm about to show you goes against everything you've been told about dog training. Step 2, the interrupt and redirect technique. Most people make their voice higher when they want their dog's attention. With labs, this actually triggers their prey drive even more. Instead, you're going to use what I call the alpha pause. Watch this. See the difference? The low, calm tone actually interrupts the neurological pathway that's driving them toward the object. But here's where it gets interesting. You have exactly 3 seconds after the interrupt to redirect their focus, or their brain will snap back to the target like a rubber band. The redirect isn't what you think it is. Most people use treats. I use something far more powerful that taps into their deepest psychological need. Labs crave approval more than food. Yes, you heard that right. And I'm about to prove it to you. Have you ever noticed how your lab watches your face when they're deciding whether to obey? That's the key to everything. Step 3 is the game changer, the choice architecture system. Instead of commanding your lab, you're going to make them believe that leaving it was their idea. Here's how it works. When your lab approaches something they shouldn't eat, you create what psychologists call a controlled choice environment. Watch as I place this treat on the ground. Instead of saying leave it, I'm going to position myself so that looking at me becomes more rewarding than looking at the treat. See how his head turns toward me? That's not obedience, that's decision-making. And when a lab makes the choice themselves, it becomes hardwired into their behavior pattern. The science behind this is fascinating. Dogs who are given choices develop stronger neural pathways than dogs who simply follow commands. But there's one crucial element that makes this work with labs specifically. Labs are pack animals, but they're also independent thinkers. This combination creates a unique training challenge that most people never address. Now for the advanced technique that separates amateur trainers from professionals. It's called graduated temptation exposure. And it sounds complicated, but it's actually simple once you understand the psychology. You see, most people practice the Leave It command in their living room with boring training treats. Then they wonder why it doesn't work when their lab finds a rotting fish on the beach. The secret is practicing with items that have increasing levels of temptation. We start with something mildly interesting, then gradually increase to items that would normally drive your lab crazy. Each level builds their resistance and strengthens their decision-making ability. But here's the part that will blow your mind. The most important practice sessions happen when your lab doesn't even know they're being trained. I call these stealth training moments, and they happen during your regular daily activities. The results speak for themselves. If you're enjoying this, kindly subscribe, like, and share. But there's one final element that determines whether this becomes permanent behavior or just a temporary trick. What if your lab is already in vacuum cleaner mode when you start training? Here's the emergency protocol. Instead of fighting their instinct, you redirect it. I'll show you exactly how in just a moment. But first, let me share what happened to Max, the lab from our opening story. After his owner learned this system, Max transformed completely. No more emergency vet visits, no more stressful walks. And the best part? It took less than 2 weeks. The key was understanding that labs don't want to disobey. They're just following genetic programming that's stronger than basic training methods. Now, here's your action plan. Practice the recognition protocol daily. Master the alpha pause technique. Implement the choice architecture system, and gradually increase temptation levels. Your lab's transformation starts today. If this method helps your lab make better choices, let me know in the comments below. And here's my challenge to you. Try the recognition protocol on your next walk. Watch for those ear movements. You'll be amazed at what you discover. Want to see the emergency protocol I mentioned? Click the video appearing on your screen now. It could save your lab's life. Remember, every great lab starts with an owner who understands their true nature. Now go create that bond.